way too low. Sorry. Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scaryish Podcast.
Woo!
I'm Robin Grace. This is Adam Diaz.
Hello. My voice cracked a little bit there. Don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Second puberty, maybe. Hopefully I grow a bunch more inches. Fingers crossed.
And today we are here to read you folks some homegrown horrors. Why don't you tell us what those are?
Homegrown horrors, the wonderful stories that listeners and viewers have sent in to us. And they can be paranormal, supernatural, spiritual, coincidental, sometimes creepy just generally, sometimes true crime, and sometimes extraterrestrial in nature. Robin, if someone had a story like that they wanted to share with us, how could they do so?
You can send it to us directly through our email, storytime@scaryish.com. You can also go to our website, which happens to be scaryish.com, and fill out the Contact Us page. It sends it to us that way.
Indeed. So tonight we're going to be reading 4 homegrown horrors tonight. I think I said tonight to start and end that sentence, which lets you know like the kind of mood I'm in right now.
I'm surprised you didn't say what kind of mood I'm in tonight.
Sleepy. That's the mood. I'm very sleepy, but I believe I'm going to be going first. So want me to just go ahead and jump into it?
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Awesome. So this first homegrown horror that we have is from Hope. And its subject is Sister's Creepy Story, which is a great example of that you don't have to send yours. You can send someone else's story to us.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like sisters,
No.
creepy story.
Sister,
Okay.
apostrophe, S, creepy story.
Okay.
So, of course, this is really good for us because then you tell someone, hey, I sent in your creepy story to this podcast. You should listen to it, and then they're hooked. So, thank you for sending this in. Let's get to it. Starts out like this. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hello. I'm from a small town in Oregon named Baker City. My boyfriend introduced me to your podcast. Shout out to your boyfriend. And we randomly that sounded really weird. Shout out to your boyfriend. Hey.
Wow.
And we randomly listen to you guys while he is gaming and I'm drawing or doing random things.
Aw, cute.
That sounds a lot like stuff that we do. I
Yeah.
game and Robin draws and does random things as well. I told this story to my boyfriend and he said, you guys would probably like it. This isn't really my story, but a story that happened to my sister, and she told me this happened to her. First thing, this happened back in 2010. My sister was a teen mom, 16 years old, just like our mom, which might have a part in this whole thing. Something that I need to mention is when we were young, we were told our grandma was a witch, and we just believed it. At this time, she was staying with us, and she just found out that my sister had a baby. Our grandma was not happy at all. For some reason, my sister started waking up in the middle of the night and noticed a dark shadow, human-like figure in her far window. When she first started seeing it, it looked like it was far away, but each night it slowly started to seemingly get closer and closer. As it got closer, it was giving her a very bad feeling. Yeah, I'd imagine seeing a creepy-ass shadow in a window getting closer and closer would like give me a bad feeling and also make me pee my pants every night.
There's just like so much in the story. Like, does the grandma have something to do with it? Because you brought up like, we were told our grandma was a witch. We believed it. My grandma wasn't happy. She was having a kid. I'm just like...
I imagine that whatever your grandmother went through with your mom when your mom was pregnant at 16, since you said this was just like your mom, your grandma like relived and went into those same places like, son of a bitch, not again. So that's what I'm thinking at least. But let's keep going and see what happens here. Her gut feeling is that it was there for her baby. So she talked to our mom about it and asked what she should do. Without any hesitation, our mom just told her, grab some scissors and open the Bible. Can't remember what page she said to open it to, but she said to open the Bible and have the scissors open towards the Bible and place it near the baby, which she did that night. I've never heard this before. I was like, smudge the house, thinking that stuff, but
okay,
scissors
so
and Bible.
Open the Bible, the scissors, put the scissors...
Have the scissors open towards the Bible and place it near the baby.
Which is your stomach. So, like, do you just sleep with it in bed with you?
I don't know. Like... Or is the baby already born? So, okay, let's just keep going.
Oh, okay.
Once she woke up, yeah, the baby's born for sure.
Okay.
Once she woke up, she went to her baby's crib and looked at the table, and the scissors were gone. And to this day, she has not been able to find those scissors. To this day, my sister believes our grandma put something on her kid because she was not happy that she turned out doing the same thing our mom did, being a teen mom. In the end, my sister and her kid are okay and nothing too sinister happened.
Okay.
Luckily, but it is still creepy that this happened to them. Well, I hope you guys really like this story. I have other creepy stories I'll probably share at another time. We really love listening to you guys. You guys are awesome.
Aw,
thank you so much.
you.
I would really love if you shared on the podcast and hear your thoughts about it. Love, Hope, and Albert. And then they sent a bunch of pictures of their pets too. Thank you so much for that. I definitely think it sounds, I don't want to accuse anyone's grandma of doing anything shady or anything like that, but it certainly sounds like the response that your mom came up with immediately seems like she dealt with something like this herself. I don't think that necessarily points to grandma, but she's definitely like the prime suspect. She's culprit. No, I should say she's like suspect number one.
If you were upset that a family member became a teen mom, I don't think the first thing I would go to was
hex the baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who does that?
I don't know. I mean, it's like they're called the greatest generation, but sometimes they can be really shitty.
Take those scissors and cut that person out of your life.
Wow. The scissors are gone, though. So, yeah, that's another thing you can do. I don't know what Robin means by cut that person out of your life. Not literally.
Please
don't murder people with scissors.
No, it's figuratively.
Just cut them out of a picture or something like that. So.
I'm just imagining the stupid movies where it's like people taking photos of like, oh, we broke up. Let me cut it in half.
Exactly. That's what I was picturing too. What I would love to hear, and I know this is probably never going to happen, but at some point maybe you could just find this out for your personal information, is why your mom suggested that. Like, ask your mom what it was like for her to go through being a teen mom and what it was like for her to go through that with, your grandmother, her mother, reacting the way she did. And as she discusses that with you, bring this incident up and be like, so why was it when this happened, you immediately had the answer? Yeah. And just see what she says. That's where I would go with it, but I'm 35 and I love to interrogate my parents now. So maybe at some point you'll get there, and maybe your mom will want it to be shared with us, because I'm super fucking curious now. Like, or you can just like have your mom write us, because I'd love to hear from that. So thank you so much, and we hope to hear more of your stories in the future.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, let's look over into Stream Chat, see what you wonderful folks had to say. Happy Wednesday to everyone. Some shout-outs to give out. Shout-out. I'm not sure if these ones were read on the gaming stream that we did on Saturday, but I'm going to do them anyways. Shout-out to MQI for following us 6 days ago. Shout-out to Tilt Compatible for following us 5 days ago. Shout-out to Galley 2019 for following us 4 days ago. Shout-out to Malum for subscribing for 13 months. That's me. Money back in the pocket. Shout-out to Ink Antrax for following us 37 minutes ago. And shout-out to Laura Ann 588 for subscribing for the 19th month. And the message was...
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, the message was, yay.
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 Yes, if you folks have Amazon Prime, you can link it to Twitch and get Prime Gaming for free. It's included with your Amazon Prime. And with that, you get to subscribe to your favorite Twitch channel once every 30 days. Hopefully that's us. But yeah, it's free to you. You might as well use it. Jeff Bezos isn't using it.
Exactly. Take that money out of Jeff Bezos' pocket and put it into our pockets, pretty please. So, fun stuff. All right, I will read the stuff that came in when we first started.
Cool.
Shout
I'm
out
going
to
pour a glass of wine in this
I
wine
picked
glass.
a Bon Vive or wine, and I know that you prefer red, but you prefer only some types of red, so I wasn't sure if you'd want it. But I said fudge it. Whichever one she doesn't drink, I'll drink. So I guess it's Bon Vive for me tonight. I Am Beef Trainer was the first person in either channel that said, hey, Spooky Fam, at 6:12. They were here plenty early, and I actually had my chat window open. So.
I don't even think I was like getting ready yet at 6:12.
Shout out to Kayla Ray, who has joined us, as well as Hailstorm, Ginseng Joe, Glitch Grim. We already said I Am Beef Trainer. It's nice to see everyone popping in.
I'm pretty sure this is like a bourbon glass or something.
Yeah, I think it came with Jack Daniels, but I'm not sure.
It says Di Serono on it.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to grab a glass, whatever. Damn, I have makeup in my eye, and it's really hurting. Shout out to Ashley Faison as well.
Anywhere near?
I don't know. I just blinked, and all of a sudden I had like something in my eye. It might be an eyelash. Shout out to ASB Bunny, who says, morning.
Long, luscious lashes.
I do have long, luscious lashes.
I gotta get them fake put on in order to get lashes that look like that.
Shout out to Christina Vasquez, who says, hi, everyone. Hope you're having a lovely day over there in YouTube. I'd also like to give Christina a shout out. She sent us a gift package in our P.O. box, which was amazing. We have the Mothman. The
Mothman is sitting over here. It's so cute.
We opened it up. It was awesome. And then there's also a very nice note that she wrote us, which was always, it's just really nice to get stuff like that sometimes.
Yeah.
And it came at a really, really, I don't know, opportune is not the necessarily best word, but it was just very much appreciated that day. So.
And it's nice because we just rearranged the entire office and put new furniture and stuff. So now we can put stuff in this tiny little corner that you guys see.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Working out pretty well. I also realized today that my chair's been sitting way high, and I don't know when that happened.
You look really low.
I feel perfect though, so and my feet have pretty much returned to normal. My feet were getting really swollen too. Don't try and check them out right now because there's a bunch of stuff on them. But yeah, I was flexing them earlier today. I'm like, yeah, I can see the meaty parts again. So
I just want to look. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it definitely does not look
like
as
feet.
swollen exactly as it was yesterday. So, but that's awesome. Lots of folks putting hashtags for
Hashtag show us your feet.
no for their team and everything like that. Glitch said to Bunny, "We missed you this weekend," and Among Us was really fun. So
Yes, Among Us was very fun this weekend. Are we playing Among Us again this weekend?
if I mean, it's like finals weekend and everything, so I don't know if you want to, or no, I'm sorry, it's midterms weekend. So
I have a midterm due today. I have a midterm on Friday. I have a midterm on next Thursday, and then I have another midterm.
what I will say is, if we play anything, it will be Among Us, because I don't know what else to start, and I think it's just the
Yeah.
easiest one to jump into. But I'm going to leave it up to Robin whether or not we get closer to it, and she decides like I just need that time to study. Is totally up to her. So
We have Resident Evil 4.
we also have the Medium. So it's
I
a
don't know
new
what that
game where
is.
you can cross over between like the Nightmare world and the living world. It's on Xbox One, but I have it on my PC because I have Xbox Ultimate Gaming Pass.
Can you? Okay, I have. I have Resident Evil 4 on Xbox, but it's not digital. Can that work?
I mean, we'd have to bring in your Xbox, which
Oh.
always has an echo. We can play with it, but I don't want to do it this weekend. So,
All right.
all right. It looks like some folks didn't realize we were playing Among Us this weekend. I will say we usually try and announce what we're going to be playing if it's different than the previous weekend on Fridays. So check out our social medias, in particular Facebook, and there should usually be something up if we're changing up what we're going to play or if we're not going to be playing that Saturday. So good rule of thumb.
Yep. All right. Let's see.
MI said, "Hi to Christina. Hope you had a wonderful day as well." Where does your chat start?
Something murder. Still talking about the game. Glitch says The Office looks good. I vlogged the beginning of it. I vlogged the beginning of it, and I vlogged putting furniture together. But I didn't vlog like putting all the stuff into the shelves and putting stuff into boxes. I did like some pin grading. It's just like the other stuff is so boring, seeing what we actually end up putting in the boxes, so I didn't actually do that.
It's just dildos.
No, that's a different box.
So I'm pretty sure this has been plotted for a while, but I'm once for dinner just redeemed 6 drinks in a row. So let's fucking
That's
do
like
this.
the rest of this bottle. That's like this, and then the rest. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know if it's that much, but yeah, I'm gonna drink this Bon Vivre mango. I picked mango and didn't realize it, and I'm okay with that.
This wine is old.
That's not bad. Holy shit. I like that better than like the Bud Light seltzers and all the other ones too. So, all right. Vivian has joined us over there on YouTube. Excuse me. And says, "Hey,
Did you chug that?
I'm so tired." No, not even close.
Okay.
Michael Ann is also here over there in YouTube, which is awesome to see. Lots of folks out there were getting like massive kill streaks when they were playing the battle game before.
Oh.
Looks like I Want Your Dinner earned 8 kills on team #KeepTheWoo. Pretty good.
Man, this office does look good compared to what it used to look. It's still not completely functional
No.
because it's tiny.
And on top of that, I have to have my desk arranged this way, which keeps it as like less functional as possible. Because I would prefer to have the desk against this wall or that wall.
But then we can't. Like,
I'd have to move the desk every time we streamed. So just basically my desk is always in a weird spot in the middle of the office. And then the rest of the office is Robin's Kawaii warehouse stuff.
yeah, it's all like my other. It's the store stuff. So like, if you, oh man, well, I'll edit the video and post the video sometime after midterms, and you'll see how awful and tiny this office is, and how like it's even after reorganizing it. The title of the video is going to be like "Reorganization Fail" because it still looks bad.
I will say I don't think anything really looks bad. I think we just have a lot of shit in the same area. Shout out to 911 Girl for donating 100 bits. Shout out to Captain Fake Eye for donating 500 bits. Thank you so much. Another thing that we'll just talk about, since we're just talking right now, it's just us gals, is we have a live episode Sunday at 1 p.m. So don't forget to join us this Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific time.
We have a Patreon poll up right now.
Oh, do we?
So Yeah, I put it up.
I don't know that. You didn't tell me you were putting up a Patreon. How the fuck am I supposed to know
I
that?
put that up like last week. Yeah.
About what?
So I put up a poll on topics for this live show. So if you're a patron, you can go look at that poll. If you're part of the Choose Your Own Adventure tier and above, you can participate in the poll and help us choose which topics we're going to do this coming Sunday.
She says that, but earlier today she's like, I still don't know what topic I'm going to pick for the live episode.
Why, and then I messaged you, what does the poll look like?
I didn't see that. I didn't see that message come through at all. And I don't know when you make polls and you don't tell me, so it's good to know that the fate of what we're going to pick for Sunday is out of my hands.
Yeah, it lies in the hands of the patrons, so please pick us good topics.
I wonder what Robin put up as choices. It'd be fun to check it out.
There's like 7 choices, so you have options. I didn't put aliens. Man, I should have put aliens as a choice.
God damn it. Vivian says, oh my God, y'all look so good. Thank you so much.
Oh,
we
thank
appreciate
you.
that.
I don't feel like it. My face is really orange. Look at my chest. Look at how pale my chest is. My chest is so pale, and then the rest of my face is orange.
If it's orange, I think it's just tanner.
I don't get sun on the rest of my body ever. That's sad.
She gets these rays, though.
Well, okay. 'Cause you guys see my outfits. Most of the time, my chest, my arms, none of that gets sun. I don't get sun. And so today and yesterday, I finally wore a shirt that's like
titties.
Shows my chest. And it's so pale. Look at this. It's so white.
So that's what you get for complimenting her, apparently. Vivian says, I might have to head out soon because I'm so tired. That sucks, but I totally understand. I actually got my first shot for COVID on Sunday. I'm on a waste list, and I got reached out to, and they said, hey, we have an extra one, but you have to come right now. So I did go down there and got my first shot of Moderna, which I'm super excited about. And I don't really think I really got too tired from it. I came home, we had food, I took a nap, and then went to bed at a normal time. Monday night, though, I was like, man, I'm fucking tired, like out of nowhere really quickly. So I passed out, and since then, I just feel fine. I don't even feel where I got the injection at in my arm anymore, so pretty happy about that. But yeah, I totally understand the whole fatigue thing. So if you need to sleep, let your body sleep.
Fuck, do I look orange? That one shows me looking really orange. My iPad doesn't show me looking really orange, so I don't know.
Then just ignore this.
I don't know. I don't know what I actually look like on the screen.
Vivian says, I didn't even do much today. I mean, on Monday, we did go back to school full-time instead of hybrid, so maybe I'm just emotionally exhausted for being around so many people all week. And Michael Ann said exactly what I thought, which is, that'll do it. People fucking suck. I was talking to my boss today about once everyone I know is vaccinated, and once my mom especially is vaccinated, and we can start traveling a little bit more again, how excited I was for that. And my boss is like, I am an introvert at heart, and so I adapted to quarantine really, really well. And he is like not looking forward to seeing people at all. And I don't really blame him. People tend to suck. Vivian says, question of the week. What is your favorite quote? Mine is very unofficial, but just because you put syrup on something, don't make it pancakes. That's
what quote is that?
Funny. I don't know. It says unofficial.
Oh, unofficial. Okay. I don't know.
What's your favorite quote, Robin?
I'm trying to think of things that I say all the time, but they're stupid. Like, I constantly...
Oh, you don't want to give everyone your fancy new catchprise that you will not stop saying?
Fuck nuts.
Everything's like, that's fuck nuts. I'm like, stop saying fuck nuts.
No, but I always quote Constantine. I'm always quoting Constantine for no fucking reason. Today, we were talking about how our corgi likes to dig a bunch. So I was just like, she's probably just standing there like, life's a garden, dig it. Because she loves to dig everything.
My favorite is by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and it's darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that.
Legit.
Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. I absolutely love that quote. I forgot who it was by, and I recently have been thinking about it a whole lot. And because of that, I was like, I need to Google this and see who said this that was famous. And I found it, and I was like, I am so glad that it deeply ingrained on my person, even though I forgot the author. So
I can't believe yours is like legit. Mine are stupid.
They are.
Well, I mean, the sacrifice.
Christina said, you guys are the best around. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. We indeed did, and we appreciate that.
Let's see. Chunkster said, that's a sweet bun on Robin. Thank you. It's messy. I was gonna curl my hair, but then I sat down to eat dinner when I get home at like 5:20. So I have an hour and 10 minutes to eat dinner and
Get ready.
So
About 20 minutes to eat, about 25 minutes for miscellaneous things, and then
because I worked, I just got off work, so I want to relax and before
play
the live
Pop
show.
Town on her phone. I
Yeah.
actually don't know what game she's playing right now on her
It's
phone.
Pop Town. But so everything was last minute, and I was gonna curl my hair. I just didn't have the energy to do it, and I think that's something people have to talk about sometimes. Like you can't always be like, oh, camera ready. Sometimes you just got to take time for you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Christina says, the office looks lovely, Robin. You did a great job. You did, indeed. She actually even built this for me. She told me,
I built
can't
all the
remember.
furniture.
She asked me if I would do something while she was constructing the other thing, and she's like, it was to take out the garbage.
Yeah.
If I took out all the packaging and all that shit and threw it away, she was like, I'll build yours. And I was like, deal. Because that was a pain in the ass. And then once we got everything up and in there, she handled like everything on that side. All I did was my stuff over here, which is now organized too.
Yeah,
so.
and it's still
There's just a lot of stuff in this office. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah, there's a lot of new merch, and the pins. There's so many pins. If you guys want to take some off my hands, please order them.
Yeah, go order some pins, y'all. I'm stealing some chat because Laura Ann says, Robin told us to look at her chest, laughy face. And Chunkster said, LOL, Robin is snack.
Wow.
Indeed,
thanks.
she is.
I was there says, this week on Scaryish, Robin endorses murdering by scissors. Don't murder anyone with scissors. Just drop the weight that is weighing you
Cut
down.
the dead weight out.
Yeah, that. Because if they're not supportive in your life, you don't need that shit.
Indeed. Laura Ann says, oh man, I just got my first Moderna shot on Friday. Almost twinsies at him. High five.
Chunkster says, I can't play on Saturday anymore. I work on Saturdays now. Oh, that's so sad. Hailstorm says, hashtag show us your feet, but don't actually. You don't want to see his feet.
They're hobbit feet. My ears are red.
They are hobbit feet.
Look at these things.
Wow.
It's from chugging this
I don't
bon beef.
well, I'm like, which side do I look at? I don't get red ears. I don't know. I don't. They don't get red when I drink. Oh, jeez. I get burpy though.
I was gonna say.
Captain Pig Guy says I play D&D on Wednesdays now. Oh no. But D&D is fun. So
I was gonna say, can't blame you. D&D's rocks.
Chunkster says I'd be drunk at that point. That's funny.
ASP Bunny says both Adam and Robin are snacks. Thank you so much for including me. I appreciate that. Hailstorm says in all caps, Robin, you look like a snack. 52DZ says, hi. What up, 52DZ? Thank you for joining us. Vivian says, I helped my friend through a panic attack today, so that was fun. I really do hope she's okay now. So do we.
Aw, people say they can't make it to Among Us this weekend. Hailstorm says, Robin, you look like a snack. Thank you. Almost says, I'm getting a little hungry again. May have to get some spaghetti from the fridge. That sounds delish. Hello, 52DZ. Thank you for joining us. Glitch says, favorite quote is, I said your damn words. What?
It's from Army of Darkness.
Oh.
Laura Ann said, I thought you were going to say you were going to snack on Robin. And I'm What's Dinner says, I think my wife and Adam may have an issue with that. Indeed, I would. Let me keep, because I don't know if you mean it in a sexual way or if you're like a zombie that's going to eat her, but either way, it's not okay. So, let's keep scrolling.
Ginseng says, I felt that, Robin, but sadly that begins derailing me into a trail of laziness, so I have to constantly reintroduce discipline into my life. Yeah,
Make sure you're careful with the time you
Yes.
set aside for yourself. There's nothing wrong with setting aside time for yourself, but I guess if you're one of those folks who just sort of derails really quickly, then it's good that you're self-aware.
Yeah. My life right now is rough. At least I feel like it sometimes, because I have school, so I have homework, exams. I still have to go to work, and then I do all the art stuff for the store, and then I do stuff for the show, and then I have the live show, and then it's like, well, I haven't touched Animal Crossing in so long. So sometimes when I take 30 minutes to sit down and just play a mobile game or eat food, I just need to take that 30 minutes to myself, because it's, yeah. Ooh.
I need to grab this hair that's stuck in your eyelash. Look this way.
I need to cut my bangs,
It's driving me crazy.
because my forehead looks real big. I need to cut it, like, down here. I don't know.
I'm terrified of her cutting her own bangs because sometimes it goes well and sometimes it does not. And when it does not go well, it's just like it's a crisis. So I'm very nervous about it.
Ginseng Joe says, I really love the bit about the spaghetti tree. I was laughing just as much as Adam was when he was telling the story.
So fucking funny.
Oh my god, I can't believe people. 52DZ says, I set aside all day for myself.
Nice.
Chunkster says, speaking of feet, this reminds me, I asked my nephew if he has a foot fetish because he kissed his mom's feet. He said yes.
That's really weird.
What the fuck?
Not gonna lie. Not gonna sugarcoat that one. I set aside all day.
Laura Ann says, life is definitely rough and it's super important to take time for yourself. Hashtag self-care. Just saying. I'm Almost Turner says, dirty joke of the week. What do you call a Roman who has hair stuck between his teeth? A gladiator.
I saw that.
God damn it.
Chunkster
says, yeah, been there, done that, no bangs for me. That's funny.
That's funny. As far as taking time for yourself, I 100% agree. I will say I'm really happy we actually do the shows again on Wednesdays instead of Tuesdays because of like
we needed a break.
It's really rough to do a turnaround that quick, especially since it's like Monday you get up. This is my day. It's like Monday I get up, I work. As soon as I'm done working, start researching. Might take a little bit of a nap if I'm tired or if I want to stay up until 4:30. Start researching, record, edit, post, nap. Wake up, start work because I have 8:30 meeting. It's my earliest meetings.
Oh, but we don't even finish recording and editing and stuff until what?
4 or
3,
5.
4? Yeah.
And so I'll wake up, do my meetings, have my whole Tuesday. Then as soon as I'm done working, like the moment I'm done working, set up the office, get the show going. And during my breaks, when I could be relaxing, I have to start setting up like the technical side of things. So that is a pain in the ass. And now that we have Tuesdays off, I can actually relax on Tuesdays, slowly get everything set up for Wednesday because Wednesday is that long ass day again. But I at least get to sleep in a little bit more, and I can like take time to myself at 8 p.m. or 8:30 or whenever we stop, and not feel like totally like just broken down. Like I need to sleep now because my body's about to shut down. So, yeah, I am very hopeful for when you graduate because I think it'll be a lot easier for you than having to do work and tests and school and the show. You know, it'll just be work and the show.
Yeah.
So.
M on YouTube says, don't cut your own bangs. Haven't you seen all the videos of girls cutting their own bangs? If you go back and watch our videos, our streams, all those bangs are me cutting my own bangs. So they don't look bad. They look all right. They just take a lot of time. I've cut my own bangs so many times. It's cheaper.
Emma, I appreciate you saying that because I'm always nervous when she cuts her own bangs. Because at some point she's going to mess it up and then she'll have to make adjustments and there'll be a lot of like panicking and screaming.
The thing is, I don't trust people at the hair salon to cut my bangs either because I always have to come home and cut them again.
I feel like you need to go to a different hair salon. So, especially if you're paying money for that. All right. Do you want to read your first one?
Yeah.
All right. I shall mark it.
I forgot that's why we do this.
Yep.
Too many drinks.
I feel like I've done 6
Too
drinks
many
since
spirits.
this thing's almost empty now.
If you guys, oh man.
But I'll take one more.
If you guys watch Ryan Vergara and Shane Madej, man, they're so funny. And I love their Too Many Spirits series. That one's good too. But I've obviously drank too much already right now because I'm just
rambling and you won't read your story.
Yep.
Thanks. Who was it? I'm What's for
All
Dinner.
right.
Marking it again.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and read the next story here. And the subject is followed off of the freeway.
Ooh.
Which is terrifying.
I saw someone get like terribly harassed. We saw that coming back from Disney where a truck was just like revving its engine and like flying up to a car and then slamming on its brakes and like harassing them as much as you can without wrecking them. And that person eventually got off the freeway and the truck followed them.
Yeah.
And we're just like, they should call the fucking cops.
I would
Like
call
that
the cops.
person's out of their mind. So this is triggering memories already.
All right. It goes, hello, Adam, Robin, spooky friends, and spooky mom. That's all of us.
Indeed.
Hello.
Hello.
We're the spooky fam. Look at that. Before I get to my story, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. I posted in the Facebook group that I broke my leg on my birthday and needed company. Oh, I hope everyone kept you company.
I remember this post.
All of the comments were really amazing and really helpful. This was back in August, so I'm late for my thank you because I'm really easily distracted. Me too. I talked to my coworker today about how bad my freaking attention deficit is. Because I was saying how when I drive, my ADD is getting to the story here already. But when I drive, sometimes my brain is like thinking of other things and not thinking about driving. So I will miss my exit or I will forget which is my exit because I'm not thinking about the actual drive. I'm just thinking about everything else going on in my life. And they were just like, that I don't do that.
For like a routine
understand.
drive, I absolutely do that, but I don't get so engrossed in thought that I'll miss my exit. Maybe once in a blue moon, but Yeah, if it happens frequently, then
it happens somewhat frequent. Like just the other day, I remember I was like, "Oh my god, is this the exit? I don't know. I'm just gonna exit here."
I remember I was on the phone with you.
Yeah. So
I will say she has not gotten into any accidents due to ADD.
Yeah, no,
knock
I don't
on
get
wood,
into accidents,
knock on
but
wood,
I definitely
knock on wood.
am that person who's easily distracted by my brain. Anyway, let's continue on. Now for the story. It's a little long, and I'm sorry if parts don't make sense. I was driving home from work last Thursday, and there's a freeway exit that is 2 lanes but merges into 1. I was in the lane that continued on, but there was a black Subaru that was keeping pace with me in the lane that merged. I slowed so it could get in front. This car slowed as well, so I slightly hit the horn and waved it forward. The man driving the car got ahead of me and then immediately slowed down. I raised my arms in frustration, but did my best not to ride his ass. We came to a stoplight that was green, and he stopped. What the fuck? It's green, and he stopped?
Is he like stopping in a turning lane, or is he just stopping at a green light because he's not paying attention?
I honked again because I was getting annoyed. Oh, so like...
He was in front of you and he stopped.
Yes. He was looking in his side mirror at me and saying something. I still had music on, so I didn't hear him. But the light was still green, and I was definitely annoyed at this point. I flipped him off once the light turned red. That's when he went through the intersection. He drove off super fast, and I thought it was over, but it wasn't. I finally went through the light and made it to the next light where I needed to turn right. He was in the left lane, but really far back from the car ahead of him. As soon as I got into the right lane, he got behind me. I turned, and he was riding my bumper. Like, if I had stopped, he absolutely would have hit me.
Oh, you better believe I'm going to mash my fucking brakes. Because going to call the cops, 1. 2, they're going to pay you some money for rear-ending you.
Something I seriously considered for a second, but because of my still healing leg, I couldn't.
Or didn't. That's right.
I could see in my rear view that he was yelling at me. When I didn't react, he got around me and got in front of my car. We hit another stoplight, but this one was red. I put my blinker on to indicate I was turning right, even though I had no intention of doing so. So he's half out of his window screaming at me. I pulled my phone out and tried to take a picture of his license plate, but I couldn't get a clear picture because my hands were shaking so badly. He definitely didn't like that I was trying to do that. When the light turned green, he didn't move. My blinker is still on, and there are people behind me, but I was not about to honk again. After a minute, he turns. I turn my blinker off and gun it and make the next turn. I can. He saw me do it, though. I made another turn and then another, and he found me. I'm at a stop sign where there is through traffic, so I can't go until there aren't cars. He's behind me and just laying on his horn. I grab my phone and call 911. I'm on the phone with dispatch when I'm finally able to cross the street. I pull over so I could talk to her and explain the situation. He pulls up next to me and is yelling at me that I had, quote, no right to honk or flip him off, end quote. So the officer is asking me what else he's yelling and where I am, and I don't have the answer to either of those questions. She's trying to figure out what road I'm on as he drives away from me. She asks if it looks like he's on his way back to the freeway, and I say, yeah, I think so. Actually, no, he just turned around and is driving his car directly at mine. This is fucking terrifying.
Yeah, this guy's crazy.
I was trying to tell her his plate number, but the closer he got, my brain and mouth and heart stopped functioning. All I can think is that my leg is about to be broken again and my car is going to be fucked. And he swerves away at the last second, and the dispatch officer is asking if I'm okay. I tell her that he swerved away. She asked if I could turn around and drive toward the station. I tell her I'm not hanging up the phone, and if I get pulled over for being on my cell phone, I'm blaming her. I think you get a pass for that.
I think you would, yeah.
She kind of laughs at me, and I'm driving again. After a couple of minutes, she asked if he's still there, and I tell her no. She says if I'm comfortable and if I'm feeling safer, I can just go home, and she'll have an officer call me back in a bit. I agree and hang up. I would not go straight home. If after all that stuff, I would not go straight home. I'd go to an arcade or something for hours and just like, I don't even know. An arcade? I don't know.
It's just a scene from an action movie of you being hunted through an arcade. There's explosions happening on the video games. No one is noting the gunshots.
I mean, I would rather be safe in a crowd of people and have my car maybe get fucked up, you know? Just leave it in the parking lot, let it get fucked up, but at least I'm not getting hurt, you know? You can always call your insurance.
I would go to the station, hang out there for a little while.
I don't know. Well, I guess, yeah, that's true too. But the thing with going to the station is like, you could go to the station and then he'll just, you sit there, right? And you hang out at the police station or whatever. And then he's just going to hang out. He's not going to do anything about it. Maybe he'll hide around the corner or something like that.
I would just imagine someone would be more nervous to hide and wait for you at a police station where people are very much monitoring everything around it.
I could kill more time at an arcade than I could at a police station.
Well, obviously, but I could kill more people at an arcade than I could at a PlayStation. Did I say PlayStation? Police station. I've had a lot of Bon Vivre tonight. Sorry.
But it's just like, I can wait hours and hours and hours and hours at an arcade. I don't think I could handle waiting hours and hours and hours at a police station. I would start getting antsy and get like scared, and I'd want to go home. You know, it's better for me at least to take my mind off things and just leave my car to whatever. Maybe call my friend to pick me up on the other side of the mall and then go home that way instead of
involve someone else in your torturous journey.
Yeah.
Let's see what else happens. Or was that the end of it?
That's not the end of it. We'll continue. Shit. I go home and sit with my head between my legs while telling my partner I want a large beer and that I'm not driving anymore today. An officer calls me back and I relay the story to him. He tells me there's nothing they can do since there aren't any cameras and I didn't get his plate number. He then asks if I thought this was road rage or if this guy was stalking me. I said neither. I think he wanted to scare me and it worked. It's been 4 days and nothing else has happened, but it still really freaked me out. Anyways, that's my story about being followed. I hated it. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. Stay spooky, Paige. Oh, whenever Adam tells us to yell hi, when somebody says hello to the spooky friends, I say it. I'm usually at work, so I don't yell, but I definitely say it. That's precious.
I didn't. This is like one of the only times I didn't say for everyone to yell. I was like, I don't know if anyone does it. So now that I know that, I will always make sure to tell everyone to yell hi. And I think I have to say it now. Everyone yell hi wherever you're at. So that was a really good story. Also very terrifying. We're very glad that nothing happened. It's definitely not comforting to know someone was following you with the intent of scaring you, which is exactly what I think they were trying to do. It sucks that they accomplished that goal. I do wish there were some repercussions for their actions, but more importantly, I'm happy that you're safe.
I will say, I don't think it's a good idea to flip people off when you're driving. I know Adam does that. I don't do that. I'm just not that type of person.
I don't flip people off willy-nilly. Robin's just going to toss that out there. If someone's gotten to the point where they're screaming at me and I know that they're enraged, I'm just like, fuck you. Hey, here you go. Here you go. Fuck you, because this is your fault. And almost every single time someone has screamed at me, it's been their fault. In the case it was my fault, like I cut someone off, I'm like, ooh, fuck, they're going to be mad. I don't flip anyone off. I cringe, and I do like the wave, like I'm not going to look in my rearview mirror because I don't want to fucking see you right now, but I know it's my fault. This is the wave telling you it's my fault. And then if they rage, I don't flip them off. But it's like, if I'm in a lane that can go straight or turn, and I'm going straight, and then I have to wait at a stop sign to go straight, because as soon as I get through the intersection, the business I'm going to frequent is right there, and there's someone behind me who wants to turn, I have had multiple people scream at me and honk their horns because they don't think I should be using it for the function that they're not using it for. And every one of those people I have flipped off and told to go fuck themselves. Because I'm sorry, but if they're going to honk and scream at me, that's what they're going to get. I feel like I've defended myself now, so you can complete your thoughts.
All right. I just don't do that because I don't want somebody to maybe chase me down a freeway or follow me out the freeway and chase me through the neighborhoods. I don't want that. So if somebody drives stupid, I'm like, motherfucker, driving like a fucking moron. Fuck you. And then I just move on. And
Robin doesn't think anyone can see the things pouring out of her mouth when she says horrible things and the looks she has on her face. Like, me smiling while I flip you off is not nearly as angry as an Asian person swearing at you, where you could see they're just fucking glaring in your rear view and having hatred pour out of their face.
It's just, I just don't do anything about it. I just leave it. And then if I'm the one that makes a mistake, I'm just like, sorry, like in the car.
Yeah,
like,
I do that.
Yeah, like I'm just like in the car. I know no one can hear me, but I'm just saying sorry a million times.
When I fuck up, I'm very humble. I'm like, that's on me. I say that all the time.
It makes me really want a light for my car that I can switch on that says sorry.
Yeah, whoops. My bad, dog.
My bad. But
it is a little bit different because I am like 6'1". I'm a big dude. I'm typically not in a situation where if someone yells at me, I feel fear. I'm usually like, oh, fuck this guy. And I switch on my angry switch too. So.
And when you get out of the car.
I have never once gotten out of the car.
No. But if you did, they'd be like, oh,
yeah. If they got out of their car and came up to my car and I got out, they'd be like, I'm just going to leave. I'd be like, bye, asshole. So I don't carry a gun or anything like that. I have a knife for like utility purposes in my side door. I still wouldn't step out and grab my knife. I mean, it's not like I'm going to go and initiate a confrontation. If someone got out of their car and was waving a gun around, I would drive away and I would call the cops. So, but and it's different. Different strokes for different folks. I don't recommend escalating any situation, to be honest with you, especially if you're in a vehicle. That just can go wrong. So we're happy you're okay, though. Why are you making that fucking face?
I'm just thinking of like freaking road rage. Was it just today or was it yesterday? I was driving and someone just was people drive like morons out here,
especially during rush hour.
Yeah, and when I leave work, it's exactly smack dab in the middle of rush hour, and I think it was today. Or yesterday. Fuck, I don't know.
Just tell your fucking story, dog.
How I think people that merge onto the freeway, how it should work is one. One
like
out.
A zipper, like the way it's supposed to be.
Yes. And I tried to freaking let someone in, right? But this person would not merge in. And so it's just, they waited until it was time for 3 cars to merge in at the same time. And I'm like, what is going on? I don't understand. I haven't had any real road rage incidents, but the most recent thing that's happened to me, and it was just beautiful karma, is I was getting onto the freeway. I was a merger, and there was a guy in a lane that ends. And his lane ends, which means it's on him to find the proper spot to merge in. So, of course, being an asshole, he zoomed in front of me, cut me off, and I was like, this fucking prick. And then we got into the merging lane, and the merging lane is too wide. And so he went to get over, and as he did that, the person in front of me got over, or in front of him got over, and slammed on their brakes. So I got to pass him like, suck my dick, and sing my song in my head. And then we get to the point where it's just like gridlock. I'm getting on the freeway, and I'm trying to pick my spot to go in, and everyone's doing the zipper thing, one. And then it gets to me, and someone decides they're going to go bumper to bumper with the car in front of them and not let me in. And I'm like, you're being a fucking asshole. There's construction cones that I'm apparently going to hit unless I slam on my brakes on the freeway. So I hit my brakes, and I'm getting ready to get behind him, and then that original asshole who cut me off flies up like he's going to hit that fucking car, like to get in between the cars that I couldn't get between, and basically just drives to the point where it's like he's going to hit both of them unless someone slows down. Wow.
So they're screaming at each other, and I get behind that person. I'm like, that's what you get. 2 assholes. Go fuck yourselves together. I hate you both. So... All right, this has been the Traffic Rage Corner with Adam and Robin.
Traffic grinds our gears. Okay.
Good stuff. Thank you so much for sending that in one more time.
I can't believe how much traffic triggers us. Like,
We need to move on.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
I need to be able to mark it. Boom. Okay, let's read stream chat. There's a lot of stories coming through with other people's road rage incidents, so... All right.
Boop, boop, boop. Da, 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 da. Scroll,
it's so fucking hot in here right now.
Yeah, and I'm wearing a sweater and I'm not taking my sweater off.
You're crazy.
Well, I'm also wearing a shirt that is not flattering.
I think it's flattering. I think it's sexy as fuck.
For my arms. Nope.
I think the more skin you show, the better looking you get.
No, that is not at all the case.
MI says, I would probably cut mine in regards to their bangs and totally screw it up and end up with 1/2-inch bangs. That's hilarious.
The bangs that I thought were very strange, not that different people can pull it off or can't pull it off, is when Haley, what's her name, from Paramore, she cut her bangs all the way up here. And so it was like just this tuft of hair right here. I was like, you can't pull that off. Some people can. She cannot. I was just like,
good to know.
No. But if she's out there, shout out.
Oh my God. Paramore. Read your chat.
Okay. Boop, boo. 52Deezy says, it's hard to read when drinking booze. I say, as I drink a margarita and try to read chat. I love margaritas, but they fuck me up.
Lots of things fuck Robin up. Michael Ann says, I just grown out my bangs from the last crisis. Ain't doing that again.
Yeah, my bangs are so long, I can tie them up with the rest of my hair. That's how long my bangs are. It's crazy. Because I had short bangs before quarantine, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember.
I remember them being moderate to long in length.
Really? Did I cut them at some
point?
Like
5-minute minimum?
I think I cut them during quarantine.
Just not getting it. 5-minute minimum length of bang.
Oh, you're so weird.
How's that weird?
Why are you
it's
talking
just a
about
sex joke.
You're stupid.
God. I don't know why I marked it. I take all this chat out anyways. Just like failed joke. Mark it. What else we got? MI says, I color my own hair and it has turned out horrifying before. Michael Ann says, don't jinx it. Going to trigger another mishap. MI says, dude, this guy in this story is crazy. I 100% agree with that assessment.
Kaito Grimm says, that's dangerous. Keep safe. I Am Beef Trainer says, wish I could be hashtag nogged. Laura Ann says, this guy is freaking horrifying.
He was a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, Kaito says, this guy's a psycho. I Am Beef Trainer says, I hate these kind of drivers. They are the most crazy and unsafe jerkwads.
MI says, LOL, Adam, you're my kind of traffic person. Thank you very much. I am defensive when it comes to driving and when it comes to behavior, so.
ASB Bunny says, this makes me think of last week. I went on a date, which was extremely awkward, but when I was driving home, the guy completely followed me. Didn't leave me alone until I went around the block one too many times.
That's fucking creepy.
That's one of those things. You go to a police station or you go to an arcade and spend hours there. They'll forget about you. I was Rena says, we finally got our foster kitties to another, hopefully, forever home today. Nice. I'm Beef Trainer says, what a creeper. No second date there. No way. If a guy follows you home with unrequested, that's nope. No.
That's a big red flag.
Yep. ASB Bunny says, after telling my friend what happened, he decided to keep driving past my house to make sure I was safe. That's so nice. Glitch says, I had an old lady at Walmart once get mad at me for my shirt, which was Texas Chainsaw Bloody-ish. She told me it was too violent, and that I needed to buy a new shirt. I ignored her. She followed me and kept ramming my car with her little scooter and parked in front of my car and would not let me leave till I took my shirt off and gave it to her. The security had to come get her and make her move after she called the cops on me. I don't go to Walmart anymore, and this was years ago.
I'd like to point out, Glitch wrote that very well. And sometimes Glitch writes things that are a little bit chunky, and I'm just like, oh, I can make sense of this because it's like really quick. He's quick-witted. And he wrote that one perfectly, and Robin tripped over it because she's drunk. I like to say I appreciate the effort on that one, Glitch, because it read perfect.
I don't like to go to Walmart actually either, but that's because
I'm not a fan of Walmart.
I've had way too many bad incidences. Like, people are fucking rude. They are rude and horrible and really mean, and I just don't like to go there. I would much rather go to a Target or I like Smith's, but sometimes people at Smith's are rude too.
It's true.
I don't even know. Target's not even a grocery store, but I'd rather spend my freaking money, pay more money, buy groceries there.
For groceries, I go to Smith's. For anything else that is Walmart related, I pretty much go to Target. I will go to Walmart every now and then for certain things. It's where I went to get my vaccine, in fact. When I went in there, I was like, I hope I don't get the Great Value brand vaccine.
Customer service is a big thing for me too. So wherever has better customer service, better customers. I just don't want to deal with people that are really rude and really mean. But maybe that's just because I'm sensitive.
She's very sensitive. If I get served a refill, and Robin needed a refill too, we are never going to that restaurant ever again. Because clearly that waiter or waitress was trying to fuck me.
You know what? That restaurant doesn't exist anymore.
It's moved. It still exists somewhere else. It's further up on Rainbow now.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure. I drove by it the other day.
Do you know because you hit her up again?
I hate you so
fucking much.
Why don't you read your stupid chat? By stupid chat, I mean wonderful chat. She's stupid.
You're stupid. I'm sweaty. So I'm Beef Turner says, your friend's so awesome for having done all the driving back and forth to make sure you were okay. Kayla Ray Reed says, 6'1". Dang, Adam. He's all right.
Thanks.
Hailstorm says, my mom has followed multiple people home out of road
My
rage.
dad does it. I wasn't going to say it.
What the shit?
My dad used to do it with us on the car. He would wait till stoplights. He would get out of his car and go scream at people.
No.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was one of the most horrible experiences as a kid growing up. And I remember being like super young and asking my dad, like, what happens if they shoot you? And he didn't have an answer to that. One
time I was with my ex in our truck, and I guess he cut someone off. I don't know. But this guy it was like a stoplight, right? So he turned out of the gas station into a stoplight. But this guy was so pissed. He got out of his car and tried to punch my ex through the fucking window.
I'm fine with that. Your exes all fucking suck. I'd punch all of them through windows.
Me too. But yeah, I was like, are you kidding me? You were going to get into a freaking red light anyway. What is wrong with people?
It's sometimes when logic doesn't make sense. It's like if someone merges and you didn't want them to merge, and you get mad about it, but you realize at the same time, like, I didn't even need to tap my brakes for them. It's like, that means it was a good move. And I've seen my friends like have someone merged before and flip the fuck out. And I'm like, you didn't even tap your brakes. Like, that was a perfect merge. They didn't disrupt your driving whatsoever. But it's like, they had decided they didn't want to let this person in, and they got in, and therefore, fuck that person. And I just don't understand that mindset.
I don't understand it. Glitch says, Texas, it was kind of funny because, to be honest, I didn't do anything but laugh at her, and she was so mad.
That's
that
good.
old lady, oh my God.
So that's my way of dealing with things, too.
Chunkster says, you know what's worse than fast drivers is slow drivers. I swear they drive under 10 miles under the speed limit. And that causes traffic jams, too. When people drive too slow, you just got to go with the flow of traffic.
There's a really good video online of how one person can affect an entire flow of traffic.
The simulation?
Where it's a big circle and it's just one person that drives slow every now and then and how it bottlenecks.
Yeah.
The entire traffic. It's fascinating, and you realize like it really just takes one person to fuck up an entire line of traffic.
Ginseng says, I've never had a horrible road rage incident, but I've totally accidentally pissed off drivers before.
That's funny.
I think everyone's pissed someone off.
You just throw your hands up and you go, sorry. And you make that fucking face so they can see you, but you don't look in your rearview mirror.
I don't look up. Nope.
I'll occasionally just flick a glance just to see how angry they are. I'm like, I just want to check, and if I see hands waving, I'm like, no. Like, they're fucking pissed.
Hailstorm says, I hate when my mom drives or has road rage because then she drives unsafe. Yeah, that's the thing about road rage is like it's like
then you're driving a like 3-ton scrap metal weapon.
Yeah. And
you're also super pissed off.
Chunkster says, I almost rear-ended someone. Thank God there was no other car nearby. I have did like a bumper bump with someone. And in our car, in the black car, remember I was driving to work and I accidentally rear-ended someone.
I don't know. They all blend together at this point. She got rear-ended is the one I remember.
Yeah,
most
I got
recently.
rear-ended.
Fucked her up.
Oh my God, dude! I got rear-ended once by this pregnant woman. Oh my God, I felt bad, but I was like, I not holding anything back because you rear-ended me. You know what I mean? And so I was just like, I don't care if you're about to have a baby because my car needs some fixing. But yeah. And then I accidentally bumped someone because it's one of those turns, right? Where you look and you see if someone's coming. If no one's coming, you go. So I thought she had gone, but she didn't go. So when I looked over, I pressed my gas. She's still right there. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like, come on.
I've seen that accident happen so many times. I try and be really aware to like look before I start gassing it up, but sometimes I do the same thing. All right, really quickly, Captain Fake, I redeemed a high five. Shout out to Eve, who's over there in YouTube. Says, hi guys. Hello. Thank you for joining us. And Faye, who says, hey, this is my first time joining a live, though I can't stay long. It's late where I live. Thank you so much for joining. We sincerely appreciate you. Also, shout out to MI for being the welcoming crew.
Ginseng says, my car would never move fast enough to road rage.
That's funny.
Hailstorm says, my mom drives a minivan that is like a tank. I can see that with like SUVs and trucks. That's why people like
buy them.
Yeah.
MI says, Walmart is the worst.
Having a Hummer.
Fuck. I imagine that all the time. Walmart is the worst all time, every time. Cringe. I agree.
What's funny today is I saw an accident. I didn't see it happen. I saw like the aftermath where all the cops were there. It was a Porsche, like a Porsche Cayenne. And there was also like a Scion or something, and the Scion's front end was demolished. It was crushed in. That Porsche was perfect.
I was gonna say those are very different builds when it comes to those cars. Like, one is meant to last.
Oh man.
And one is meant to sell.
I was just like, there's nothing wrong with this Porsche. Why is the tow truck trying to?
She was literally describing it on the phone. She's like, Porsche looks fine. Porsche looks fucking fine.
Anyway.
It's a millennium, and it totally triggered Dr. Dre rapping in my head.
Chunkster says, that's why I have an issue with online dating. It's a big nope for me. Yeah, no, online dating is a big nope for me, too.
We met in person.
Scroll. I'm going to scroll. Sorry, there's a lot of chat. Ginseng Joe says, LMAO, great value vaccine.
Glitch says, hey, I love my Scion. I love Scions, too, but I would not want to be in a Scion if I got into a car accident. My buddy had 2 Scions, in fact.
Ginseng says, I've never had much issue with Walmart's customers, but shopping there is a nightmare because I never find my ingredients. Sorry.
Dang, Ginseng, you put a lot of S's into that.
Shut up. Glitch says, what's a Smith's? Smith's is Kroger in Texas. So Texas has Kroger. Out here towards the West Coast, we have Smith's.
Isn't California something else? That's the same
Ralph's.
brand. Yeah, it's Ralph's. That's it.
Ralph's.
It's Ralph's.
Yeah, when I lived in Texas, we always shopped at Kroger. So out here, we always shop at Smith's. I think Albertsons is the same in both places.
MI says, I literally did the same exact thing at a stop sign, Robin. Looking left, thought the person went, so eased up and bumped them because they did not, in fact, go. Oops. I understand sometimes people are like, I'm going to wait like an extra turn, but that doesn't mean that you have not just inconvenienced every person behind you. Like, yeah. I feel like a lot of folks are like, I'm just being patient. It's like your patience is you being an asshole to someone else.
Right.
It's like you need to be following the flow of traffic. And if you cause an accident, I hate the rule that if you rear end someone, you're automatically at fault. That really pisses me off because, I mean, there's certain scenarios like if you're driving backwards and you get rear-ended, then it's clearly your fault. But, like, that's one of those things where I've seen people get rear-ended and just known immediately, like, and the other person's going to get blamed. Like, they started going, they slammed on their brakes, and they got rear-ended, and it's their fucking fault, and the other person's going to take the fault for it. And that sucks.
Chim. I'm What's for Dinner says, Walmart is our only option here for some of our non-grocery needs. Where do you guys live again? I forget.
Eve says, I remember Smith's, but Food for Less took over. I think it was supposed to be Food for Less, at least. It says Food 7 Less.
Is Food for Less? Is Food 7 Less like Winco?
I don't know. I think Winco sounds about right as a comparison, but okay. I can't remember Food for Less. We had like Town and Country where I'm from.
Chunkster says, same Robin, I work at customer service, and same thing for me. I pray I don't have a Karen.
And Wise
Karens
Way.
Are the worst.
If anyone knows Wise Way, shout out to you.
Hailstorm says, I'm a kind of slow driver, but I'm a very new driver. I've almost crashed my car before. I have hit someone before. Like T-boned them. Well, not T-boned them. I ran into their their like wheel well.
Quarter panel?
Yeah, because they ran a stop sign. And there's no stop sign when you're pulling into a shopping center. But they ran a stop sign, so I hit them. Because what are they fucking doing? But my car was fine. Their car was fucked. Shout out to Subaru. Those commercials about people surviving accidents.
Those are good commercials.
100%. Those cars are sweet.
I'm going to go ahead and run an ad before
we do that.
Any further. So we'll come back, read the rest of the chat, and then we'll move into the next story.
Dinner says bumper bump sounds fat. Yeah, it does.
Indeed it does. All right, we're going to run a 1-minute ad break on Twitch. YouTube folks won't get it unless you're watching pre-recorded. So here it comes, right? Meow.
Laura Ann says, online dating, currently scrolling through a dating app. That's funny. And I'm just thinking of that episode of Rick and Morty where it's like, you want to build an app?
That's funny. I don't think online dating apps really existed back when I was still single.
I feel like the things back then were like Match.com.
Yeah,
like
and
you
I
had
was
to
not,
pay money.
I was not about to do that. I remember going on to Craigslist at the recommendation of some folks when they still used to have personals, which was not like anything. Also in Las Vegas, Craigslist ads used to just be riddled with prostitutes, and I'm just like, or sex workers, or whatever they prefer to be addressed as, and I'm like, well, that's not what I'm looking for, and I definitely don't want it in my search history. So eventually someone recommended Plenty of Fish, which was the app that was around POF. And I don't remember Tinder even being a thing, so I was like...
Tinder was a thing back then.
I don't think it was back when I was still single.
It was.
Unless you were swiping on it then.
No, I don't know how to use Tinder or... what are those other apps?
Words with Friends. They had a swipe.
Oh, yeah. I used Words with Friends, but not for dating. It's for Words with Friends.
Wow. But yeah, I never really had to worry about that whole thing. I just had to worry about the searing loneliness in my soul. But I had been so overwhelmed with all the bullshit.
Did you find friends on there too? Like you saw people you actually knew in real life on POF, and were like,
"Oh yeah, I totally saw Marsha on there."
Wow, you're really gonna call her out like that?
I don't give a shit. She doesn't watch the show. No one knows who she is. But like, I was going through, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And I of course like swiped and messaged her. And she's like, I fucking hate you so much. If you tell anyone, I'll kill you.
Oh my god. I've never used a dating app before. I know a lot of different ones, like names, because people around me have used them, like Tinder, Grindr.
My boss at work at I will not disclose my previous job where they used to do this.
Are you talking about Grindr?
Yeah, he used to walk around on Grindr to see how many people had it open at work. And I was like, he's going to fuck so many people here. And I'm pretty sure he did. Shout out to him. All right, we are back. There is more
Hailstorm
chat.
says, online dating is scary to me because of all the hate crimes towards the alphabet mafia. What is that?
I don't get it.
Never heard of it.
MI says, oh yeah, I didn't get a ticket because the police officer understood what happened. Thank the Lord. It was kind of funny because my license plate read no angel at the time and I was embarrassed.
Oh my God. Ginseng Joe says, I think our Kroger is Fry's here in Arizona. Fry's out here is a technology store.
And it's also now gone.
Oh, yeah. Fry's Electronics.
It took it like 4 years to die. They just had all the shelves empty and they kept hiring
Oh my God.
people to
Yeah.
work.
They're like, oh, we're restocking.
Yeah, fuck you. You're restocking for 3 years. Suck a nut. Yeah. What is your thing?
What?
Suck a fuck nut. Eve says,
fuck nuts.
Eve says, auto accidents are scary. California nightmares. California has some of the craziest fucking drivers I've ever seen. And I grew up in Chicago, man. And just some of the shit I've seen just driving down the freeway in LA or in San Diego. It just, I've been like, you just don't see people this reckless with their lives literally anywhere else. So it's at least once per trip on the freeway I see someone who clearly doesn't care about their lives. Eve says, Plenty of Fish has been around for some time. No. Yeah, Plenty of Fish was around when I was doing it. And that was like 10 years ago. I don't know how long Tinder's been around, but I swear to God it didn't exist back when I was still single. So.
Oh, Hailstorm says Alphabet Mafia is the LGBTQAI plus community.
Gotcha.
I can totally see why people are dickheads to those people. Like, I don't know why. But people are
garbage.
Awful. People are awful and fuck them. Not literally.
Yeah, you won't fuck off people.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know why there's so much hate. People need to calm their titties.
I don't know if we high five for Ginseng Joe's high five, but we're going to do it. Ow.
No, we didn't.
Well, let's do it again.
No, but we already did too. Do you want to do it again? We can do it again.
I wanted to do it again.
That one was louder.
It hurt more too. Scrolling. Okay. I think we're caught up because just about every message now.
It's just Grindr is not a dating app. Same thing.
Grindr's a fucking app as far as I know.
Okay.
Okay, so I am next. I'm going to mark it and go ahead and start.
I got swoobs right now, man.
Wow.
I got swoobs.
They're multiplying. I got wicked swass like all day. I have to get up and walk around and make sure that doesn't take hold too badly. Glad everyone knows that now. All right. I'm going to go ahead and move into my next story of the show, and this one's subject is homegrown horror / I legit think my neighbor is a vampire. Also, they're clearly from Europe in some way, shape, or form because there's a U in neighbor.
Canada also uses U.
Oh, God damn it, Canada. Be on our side. Be Americans. So, I mean, I'm the continent of America. We're together on this.
We're North Americans.
We need to come together and decide.
Come together.
I hate you.
That Beatles song, right?
It is a Beatles song. All right. Starts out like this. Hey, spookers. Hey, and everyone who's a spooker, yell hey. Got to do it now. My name is Max, and I'm a 19-year-old baby boy from Germany. Knew it. Hence the weird English. So far, it's been pretty good. I've just recently discovered...
Well, I mean, you made fun of the fucking you.
I didn't make fun of it. I just pointed it out and said I think they're from Europe. Just because I notice things doesn't mean I'm making fun of them.
That's true.
Jeez Louise.
It's my assumption. I've had a lot of wine tonight.
I've just recently discovered your podcast on Spotify in all caps. Shout out Spotify. And I absolutely adore it. I appreciate your English. Actually, that word adore really meant a lot. It's a perfect blend of funny and spooky, and I'm binging through it lately. Good job. So I think my neighbor might be a vampire. I mean, it all could be bullshit, and the story's kind of long and also not that scary, but it would be an honor if you'd feature it on the podcast. Well, feel honored because that's what we're doing right now. A bit of context. I live alone with my mom in a small town in the north of Germany, and we have a dog. That comes into play later. Interesting. So... the house next to us was always empty, like always. It was built 80 years ago, and no one ever moved in there. So you can imagine our surprise when suddenly someone was living there. And with suddenly, I mean suddenly.
So I know many people out there have heard of Christine McConnell. I love her stuff. I'm one of her patrons. But she bought a house that had no one living in it. She bought a big old mansion in New York that had no one living in it for the longest time. So it happens. She's not I don't think she's a vampire.
I was going to say, are you sure she's not a vampire?
But I've
just
seen her
because
out in the
she's
daylight.
lovely and amazing at crafts doesn't mean that she's not a vampire.
But it happens. Some people are like, I want to find this old house that I love, and I just want to like make it my own. And so
let's see what more evidence this person has to support their neighbor being a vampire.
They sucked my blood.
Is that a German accent you were going for?
No,
Is that Transylvania?
I was trying to be like Dracula. I don't know.
All right, we're moving on now. Like we never saw somebody move in, no trucks, no cars, so it had to be during the night, and that's also weird because my mom is a very light sleeper and she would have definitely heard something if someone moved in next door. So you want to know how we found out that somebody moved in? Well, all the windows were blacked out. They were completely smeared with black paint, so absolutely zero light would go through them. This guy, whoever this is a vampire. I've already decided it, so.
It's Spike from Buffy.
I'm still going to read the rest of it, but this person's a fucking vampire. That's strange, but maybe he's just a big goth or something like that. I will say there are blackout like windows in Las Vegas for folks who work like the night shift because they have to sleep during the day, but just splashing black paint onto windows is not that. We decided to visit him the next evening. We rang his doorbell and he opened the door almost instantly, like a second after. That's the vampire super speed. I remember the feeling I had when I first saw him. I felt like prey looking at an apex predator. He is tall, really tall. I'm 6 feet, but he has to be at least 8 inches taller than me. This is just me. He sounded pretty hot all of a sudden. So
I don't know what it is with Adam, but he is incredibly
I like tall guys.
He is incredibly attracted to tall men.
6'8" is just like I gotta crane my neck to look up at you. All right, let's keep going. He also has black hair and is very pale. So pale, in fact, that he's almost Snow White. In parentheses, and yes, Adam, without the 7 dwarfs numbnuts. I wasn't gonna say it. Rob was gonna say it.
I love that you're called numbnuts.
I'm fine with that. But the strangest part about him is his face. He is, and I'm not kidding, the most beautiful being that I've ever seen. Fucking called it.
Adam wants to get on that pony.
Just tell me where he's at. I've never seen someone this gorgeous. On top of that, he's also very charming. He has a warm smile and says a lot of nice things.
Okay. I'm just like...
She's trying not to slide off her chair
no,
from this description.
I'm trying to get to where the vampire part fits in. Because this is just like...
Blacked out windows, moved in the middle of the
neighbor.
night. Let's just keep going.
It's just super hot neighbor.
Super hot neighbor that appeared like a vampire.
Okay, go.
But there's something weird about him. You know how people always radiate some kind of warmth, some indicator that they're alive, you know? I never really realized that until I met my neighbor. He's like a cold spot in the room. This is starting to sound a little bit like Twilight, just with a taller protagonist. I mean, he moves and talks and everything, but besides that, there's no indicator that he's alive. He may have a warm, inviting smile, but it never feels genuine. I smile at my neighbors too, but I hate them all. It always... That's not true. I really like our neighbors.
I've just started like waving to one of our neighbors because every single day when I come home from work, he's out there getting his mail, and he's this much older Asian man, and he always waves back. And I just think he's very nice. And sometimes you got to get to know your neighbors. Sometimes they're really sweet. Sometimes they're really creepy, like apparently this really attractive vampire. But sometimes they're really nice and they just want company.
All right, let's keep going.
Anyway, sorry.
It's always like a facade he uses to lure someone into his trap, and it seems like I'm the only one who notices that. Everyone else seems to be distracted by his beauty and charm, but I think if I had to pinpoint it, it would be his eyes. His eyes never look nice or warm or inviting. They always look cold and calculating and weirdly hungry. They're very dark. So dark that you can barely distinguish pupil from iris.
It's Damon Salvatore.
It's actually really scary to look into his eyes. He is pretty good looking, Damon Salvatore.
You like Ian Somerhalder too?
I'm not into it. I'm just acknowledging his beauty. It's not my type of dude.
Stefan or Damon?
Oh, it's Damon. Holy shit. I'm sorry, Stefan. It's not like you got hit with an ugly stick or anything like that, but Damon is just more my type. All right, back to the good stuff. So he invited us. I'm just saying so much about all the dudes I find attractive. So he invited us into his house, and back then, I wasn't suspicious at all, despite the weird vibes he gave off. Like I said, he was very charming and good-looking. His name is Dylan, and after some... Dylan's not the name of a vampire.
Come on. I don't know. Damon, Stefan, those aren't names of
Coach
vampires.
Ferratu? That's the name of a vampire.
Ferratu.
He works at the school and only comes out at night. His name is Dylan, and after we've had way too much to drink tonight.
I know.
I've already determined.
Oh, I'm so
and
sorry.
I just have had a bon vivre and a salad for dinner. All right, let's keep going. His name is Dylan, and after some small talk, we asked why all his windows were blacked out. It's apparently because he works during the night and sleeps during the day, though he never specified what his job was, which is weird, but nothing too uncommon, I guess. Robin's going to interrupt again, and we have so much more to go on this email.
I'm just saying, we have our curtains closed majority of the day.
We have our curtains closed while we sleep, and then they're open.
I don't open the window unless I have to.
I mean, they're open right now. They're open during the day at almost all times. And the ones in the guest room are always open. So even like...
Oh, it's because the light in there doesn't work.
Yeah, so we need the light from outside. All right, I'm going to keep going now.
Okay, go.
We actually had a nice... I thought I saw a fly. Sorry. Distracted me.
You son of a bitch.
It was a floater in my vision, so I moved my eyes. I was like, oh. It's like, what just moved? All right. We actually had... Stop fucking laughing. Stop.
This is Sean Connery.
It's like I can't see the viewer numbers, but I imagine they're just falling super fast. We actually had a nice evening and even stayed for dinner. I wonder what he served. But before we wanted to go, I had to use the toilet, and on my way through the house, I realized that there wasn't a single mirror, not even in the bathroom. Technically, that only works if the mirrors are silver-backed, by the way.
Maybe he is not at all narcissistic, so he doesn't care about looking at himself.
Could be. I later brought it up to my mom, and she was also confused as to why. Such a good-looking man needs to style himself somehow, but all that doesn't mean he's a vampire. He has no fangs, and I've seen him eating things with garlic in them at least once. I still had this feeling that something was off, so one time we invited him over, and I decided to wear my crucifix. This is where it got interesting, because the entire time he held a respectable distance from me. Whenever I tried to move closer, he instantly moved away. I mean, maybe I stank like an ogre that day. You capitalized ogre too, which is pretty hilarious. But that was when my small suspicions turned into big boy suspicions. So to recap, he's a tall, pale, good-looking dude who I never saw in the daylight. Like, never. He's been living there for 3 years now, and I never saw him during the day. There are no mirrors in his house. I've been there 2 more times since the first time, and I secretly checked. He's also pretty cold, even though he seems charming and warm, and the strangest thing of all, he seems to be afraid of the cross. All that doesn't mean he's a vampire. He could also just be an extremely weird guy. I mean, nothing weird ever happened until one time it did. It was 2 months ago on a Sunday night. I was studying for university, and I looked out my window. From my window, I can see directly into Dylan's backyard, and there I saw him while it was just a silhouette, but I knew it was him just based on his height alone. He was putting out the trash or something, and he had to have felt my stare because he turned around and waved at me. That's
creepy.
Waving is not creepy.
No, but the fact that he was like...
I'm just saying you can sort of feel when someone's looking at you sometimes. So, okay, let's keep going. That's nothing scary, but I screamed out loud in that moment. He probably thinks something's wrong with you at this point. I'm just saying. Like, this person kept creeping closer into me, and I just kind of tried to keep my distance, but they kept getting closer. He likes to wander around my house looking for mirrors. His eyes were glowing in the dark. Okay, yeah, that's a big one. His eyes were glowing in the dark, like this reflective glow nocturnal animals have. That was fucking terrifying. I looked it up. Human eyes don't do that. So not only does he never come out during the day, has no mirrors, fears the cross, he also has glowing eyes that glow in the dark. What the fuck? That's not a dude. That's a motherfucking vampire. From that night on, I only slept with my crucifix and a wooden stake under my bed. Where the fuck did you get a wooden stake from?
You can make one. It's not that hard.
Okay, make me a wooden stake right now.
Yeah, I'll break one of the freaking legs off the dinner table.
And now you don't have a fucking leg on your dinner table.
We never have anyone over for dinner, so it doesn't matter.
It's not blessed. Well, it's fucking COVID. It's not blessed, but it's still a big-ass piece of wood. By the way, nobody believes me. I mean, it's crazy talk, but it's also the truth. What do you guys think? Love your podcast. Keep on creeping on, you silly spoopies. However, there was an email that came in right after this one from the same person that I also forwarded over for reading to my mom. It says, hey, it's me, Max, the dum-dum from Germany who thinks his neighbor's a vampire.
I will say, my mom has had LASIK, right? She's had LASIK.
So her eyes glow in the dark.
No! Shut up! Don't let me finish. So, she had LASIK.
You have a stake under your bed that you've carved from a table leg.
No, I put it in my bra. No, my mom had LASIK, and it didn't take. So what they had to do was put a lens in her eye.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
They had to put lenses in her eyes, and when she turned, it looked like she was a freaking robot because you could see the glint of the lens in her eye. So maybe this guy's got LASIK. Or
that was a worthwhile contribution.
Yes.
I appreciate that. I'm sorry
I
interrupted you.
Bitch.
All right. They continue to say in the follow-up email, I sent you my homegrown horror yesterday, and I forgot to add a pretty important part. I even teased it in the email. I was pretty excited to rant about my whole vampire theory, so I simply forgot to mention it. It's the part regarding my dog.
Ooh, okay.
My dog is called Scoobs, which is such a good name, and is a Great Dane mixed with German Shepherd, which means your dog is fucking huge and awesome, and I want to pet it. He's stupid large and looks like he'd break you in half if you look at him funny. Turns out he's the nicest dog and the biggest pussy.
I've met one big Great Dane, right? That was he a Great Dane?
He's a Mastiff.
Mastiff.
You're talking about Gus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've only ever met one giant dog, but he was the nicest
Yeah,
dog.
he absolutely was. All right, gonna keep going. This dog is nice and wimp. He's afraid of birds, like robins or something, and if a burglar were to break into our house, he'd try to cuddle with them.
Aww.
Scoobs never barked at anyone or anything and never even attempted to make a sound close to growling until he met Dylan. He hates Dylan, and he's not the only one. All the pets in the neighborhood either absolutely despise or are afraid of him, except our neighbor's goat, but she's also a giant douchebag, so she doesn't count. If movies have taught me anything, then it's that if animals hate you, you're evil. So, again, sorry for forgetting to add this to the story. Still love you and your podcast. Stay strong, motherfuckers.
I really enjoyed that. I thought that was really funny. But it could be anything. They could be taxidermists, and so they smell like all these different animals, but they know, like, you deal with death.
So I think you've done a lot of research into this, assuming it's not all bullshit like you had mentioned. That said, my thought here is that it's someone who works at night, who is very antisocial. It's very odd that pets are scared of them. However, he's 6'8", and sometimes pets are scared of people that are different than the people they hang around with normally. So especially like really tall people and people that are just someone they're not used to. I can see them being intimidated by someone so tall. That said, and I don't know how safe this is, I really want you to go and have Dylan send us an email because I have so many fucking questions for him if he's a vampire. I mean, it's not safe for you to do that, so don't do that. But yeah, really diligent research, and like you've put a lot of thought into whether or not this is the case. And there's only so much paying attention you can do before you're stalking your neighbor, which would get really, really weird. But those are my thoughts on it. I am very curious. If you get any additional information, please let us know. And if you confirm that they're a vampire, you know, I'm not judging anyone for being anything. I just want to talk to them. So just give them our email address so you can reach out to us. So what are your thoughts on this?
I think through the entire thing, I've kind of given ideas of what this could be or that could be. It could be just somebody who works in some darker career path. Doesn't necessarily mean that he is evil, but I think taxidermy works at night, right? I don't know.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Like, if you're just going to discount the fact that he's tall and pretty, and you just look at, like, the nightlife and he has blacked out windows, he could just be something simple like he's in the mob.
Bouncer or...
Yeah, because his place is a nightclub. Why would you black out your windows because you work at a nightclub?
No, because he works at night, so he sleeps during the day.
No. I'm going with, a mob member, part of some sort of mafia that I don't even know about, or he's a drug dealer. I mean, that's totally reasonable.
I think, but the thing is that he's okay with being like, oh, hey, neighbor, you know.
You have to have some people come into your house to say it's fairly normal. That way people can say they're fairly normal when the police come asking, or the men in black.
What about no mirrors? What's with the no mirrors?
I don't know if there is no mirrors. Maybe he just has mirrors in different places. We don't have a lot of mirrors in our house.
Maybe he saves all the mirrors for the bedroom.
Wow. It's fucking weird. I mean, sometimes you have a powder room and it doesn't have a mirror. Like, those suck because you can't see.
Powder rooms don't have mirrors?
Sometimes you have a powder room that doesn't have a mirror. So, I mean, like I was saying, those suck because you can't, like, make fine adjustments to your, like, visage to make sure you're looking good for your 6'8" handsome neighbor. But who knows? You know,
6'8", dude.
You haven't explored the whole house, I'm assuming. So, it is very curious. So, thank you so much for sending that in, and let us know if there are any additional updates.
Yes.
All right, let's look over into stream chat. See what you folks had to say.
I'm What's for Dinner says the fuck is swass, sweaty ass.
Sweaty ass.
Swoobs, sweaty boobs. What else is there?
I've heard swits before. Which are sweaty tits.
Yeah.
Which is swoobs just sounds better.
Swits doesn't sound good.
Eve over there on YouTube said vampire. Yes. Just hilarious.
ASB Bunny says Australia uses you too. So we're just the weird ones then.
Eve says what we do in the shadows. Then says, is this a dating pod all of a sudden? Felt like it, right? Shannon says, hey, spooky friends. I hope everyone is doing well and taking care. We are, and we hope you are too.
Says, I just bought a Christine McConnell book. I love her so much. I love her too.
She's pretty
if
awesome.
you want to, I'm a patron, so we can watch all her craft videos that are patron exclusive, and there are so many good ones.
I really liked her Netflix show too. I like the fact that it was like craft mixed in with like
baking
macabre stuff in the background. There's like a storyline to it.
The one of the patron exclusive videos was making spider ornaments, spider things out of Christmas ornaments, and they're so pretty, and it seems so simple, and I would love to try and make one. But if you wanted to try, I don't know, that'd be cool. But yeah, so if you want to come over and watch some of those, we can.
Radio Killer over there in YouTube says, "Hello, my people. What up? Thank you for joining us."
So if you've never heard of Christine McConnell, she is amazing with DIY. She right now is renovating or redecorating her entire huge gothic, creepy, haunted seeming mansion. And
my nose is whistling and it's driving me fucking crazy.
Like, she gets hired to do crazy stuff. Like, she did a gingerbread house, but like the Winchester Mansion. Yeah, she did a gingerbread house of that, and it looked amazing. She's so cool. Love her. Also, she's gorgeous. Pin up all the time. Like, beautiful.
I'm watching there, says Dylan, Lord of Night. Chunkster says, "Oh my god, this one is so funny." I agree. I really like that one. Glitch said, "Home Depot, boom, fence stakes."
Let's see. About Alphabet Mafia stuff. Hailstorm says, "I've had people tell me they can fix me. Fuck them."
Yeah.
Also, one of my friends told me that I'm going to burn in hell. Fuck Seriously,
them.
Cut that dead weight. They're not friends.
I'm watching there, says, "I have never bought anything bigger than better than 6 drink redemptions." That was when things were going a little bit off the rails during that email, I'm sure.
Glitch says, "I was told the same thing 20 years ago. A lot more hateful time." I think things are much more accepting now. I can't imagine like the 60s and 70s and stuff like that, where everyone was just like, "We will murder you." It's nuts. All right, man. Everyone should just live their life and be happy. I don't think people should judge. Nefcore says, "It's like What We Do in the Shadows. If he is a vampire, he probably wouldn't kill his neighbors." This is true. They want to kill further away,
exactly,
so they don't get caught in their own neighborhood.
They want to be careful. Maybe he drinks like the blood of deer and sparkles in the sun, and that's why he can't go out. I've heard those are things too, because Robin won't stop watching those fucking movies.
Which ones? 50 Shades?
No. It's like she doesn't listen to anything I say,
what did
y'all.
You
it's
say?
just me and you talking here.
No, what did you say?
I said maybe he doesn't go out in the sun because he sparkles in the sun, and maybe he drinks
Twilight.
the blood of deer. It was like a really, like, I don't know. It doesn't even fucking matter anymore. Let's just move on. It's an organic joke that could have led to conversation had someone paid attention.
"This one is so funny. Glad I just got home. It's almost 11 p.m. Glad you're home too."
We still have one story to go. It's almost 8 o'clock already. That's how much fucking time we've wasted tonight. And Robin supposedly has a midterm that's due at the end of the night.
Yeah. Hailstorm says, "I am out and proud, and almost every time someone is extremely homophobic, I cut them out of my life." Good. You don't need that shit.
I was going to say, you cut them? Good. Fuck them. They deserve to be cut. Also cut them out of your life.
I just brush off their comments because I know I'm sadly most likely going to deal with this my whole life. It's one of those things. So I try to be positive and live my truth and be who I am no matter what. Good. For you. Everyone should.
Glitch says, "Also, since The Office got revamped, is Vigo going up yet?" Not yet, but as soon as I get a frame, Vigo's going right
above that thing.
It's going to look down on me.
That makes a lot of sense putting him up there.
I like how tall it's going to be, too, because he's intimidating.
Yeah, and he's literally going to look down at you.
It's going to be fucking awesome.
We also need a frame for it. That thing's huge.
I just said as soon as I get a frame.
Oh, I didn't even hear you.
Just listen to a fucking thing I say, y'all.
Blitzed.
All right, so let's move on into our last email of the show. I'm going to mark it, and Robin's going to give us that wonderful last email of the show transition, and then she's going to read the last email of the show.
Oh, it's my turn. All right. This is the... Okay, no, but seriously.
Me.
I took choir, so there was a lot of mouth things that you had to do to like prep, like
the tip of the tongue, the teeth of the lips.
Oh, we didn't do that, but
Amaya says, "Why can't people just believe in what they want to believe and be what they want to be and support who they want to support?" Jeez, I just don't understand why you gotta like hate on someone else
because
for not supporting something.
Because people want to shove their beliefs on other people.
It's just so shitty. Like, mind your own fucking business.
Yeah, but everyone's just like, "That's not what God said." Whatever. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
That's fuck nuts.
Fuck There's fuck nuts making another appearance.
Okay, let me finish this
saying
class,
it so goddamn much, y'all. It's so annoying. The only thing I relate to in any of the stuff Robin watches is in 50 Shades when that song I Don't Want to Live Forever plays, because she says fuck nuts so much, all I think about is how much I want to die.
I don't want to live. Yeah, Adam, anytime that comes on, that part of the movie comes on, I'm like, Adam, what's your favorite song? Yeah. It even comes on the car because it's in my playlist.
You just sip your fucking drink and read your email. MI says, my motto is if you're a grown adult not hurting anyone, go for it. Be you and do you, boo. I don't agree with everything, but do you. I mean, what's so wrong with that? Why can't more people adopt that?
I did stuff that required a lot of mouth things too.
Glitch said hashtag fuck him. Captain Fake Guy said LOL hashtag fuck him. You know you don't have to just fucking finish your wine. You could read your email.
No, but I just want to finish it before the end of the show.
She just wants to be drunk.
It's too late for that. All right, so the final story of this episode has the title, My Phobia and Scary Story. It goes, Dear Adam and Robin, hello.
Hello. Also, the person who wrote this is watching us right now.
Whoop, whoop. I just listened to your episode about your top 5 phobias, and I can definitely relate to some of them. Like Robin, I'm also afraid of the dark. Unlike Robin, I am actually completely okay with pitch black darkness.
That's interesting.
That's a big ol' nope. That's like...
It's like once it gets to a certain point, you're just like, oh, I'm fine with this now.
It's when there is a little bit of light, like from a nightlight, that it freaks me out. I think it's because I'm more afraid of who or what could be lurking in the darkness with me. Maybe it's my need for control, but the stories that scare me the most are the ones where there's someone living in the house with a family without their knowledge.
Yeah, I fucking hate home invasion
who come
stuff.
out, well, the ones who come out at night or when the family is away without them knowing. It's like squatters.
Right, people that live in your attic or your crawl space or basement.
And that's why I will not stay in the guest room. Because she's
convinced there's someone living in our attic.
There's a hatch to the attic in the guest room. And what if, while you're sleeping, someone like cracks it open and crawls down from the and fuck that.
Our room is 6 feet away from that room. They could do the exact same thing and come murder us in our room.
Yeah, that's true. But it's just peace of mind, okay? Peace of mind. I'd like to have that peace of mind.
About to give you a piece of my mind. Read the fucking story.
Hold on, I gotta burp. That brings me to my other phobia, having someone in my house that I don't know about. This probably started after my parents let me watch the Japanese version of The Ring, called Ringu, when I was in elementary school. I think it was a couple of years after it came out, and I was either 9 or 10. That movie with the scary-ass Asian girl crawling out of the TV messed me up for life. I couldn't have a TV in my room for the longest time because I was afraid that the ring girl would crawl out at night and kill me. I still have a specific fear that there is something or someone hiding in the dark places in my house, like under the bed or in the closet. This is why I used to run and jump onto the bed after I turned off the lights. Smart lights are the best invention ever because now I can get into bed and turn the lights off from my phone. That's hilarious and genius. I think The Ring didn't mess me up really bad. It was The Grudge. The Grudge got me fucked up because, like, the sounds that the ghosts make in it. Yeah, that sound, and then the fact that the boy like sounds like a cat.
Right.
Oh man.
I had a boss at Credit One when I was working there, and she used to be very careful with what she said because she was very direct, and a lot of people got butthurt very easily with basically anything, any sort of criticism that you'd levy their way, even if it was completely warranted. So while she would talk and she would give you feedback, she would stop. She'd be like, because she was thinking about what to say. And I was like, I just like to pause and let you know you can tell me whatever you want. You don't have to worry about my feelings. Also, you sound like the chick from The Grudge when you do that. And she started laughing so hard, I thought she's going to pee her pants.
So Tina from Bob's Burgers does do that. But hers is like,
hers is much more human.
Yeah, I love Tina. She's so funny. But yeah, no, that's what I feel like. Your coworker probably sounds more like Tina than she does The Grudge.
No, right? I got really low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got really evil sounding.
Okay, gotcha. All right, continuing on. Even as a grown-ass 30-year-old woman, I still get freaked out if I have to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom or get a glass of water. One night this past year, I had to get up in the middle of the night because my cat was screaming to be let into the room. After I opened the door to let him in, I walked back to bed. For a split second, I saw someone out of the corner of my eye. My heart stopped, even though it was only for a moment. Even though it had only been a moment, I recognized the figure. It was thin, with long, dark hair down to her shoulders. She was ghostly pale, illuminated from behind by light. It was the girl from The Ring, and she'd finally come to take her revenge more than 20 years later because I hadn't copied the film and shown it to someone else.
Wow. That is, by the way, the best marketing campaign I've ever heard of.
I was so scared that I couldn't even move. I felt like my breath had caught in my throat and my heart was hammering in my chest. When I finally got the courage to move, I reached and turned on the light switch next to me to get a better look. I then burst out laughing. My room has an ensuite bathroom with the mirror facing the door. Looking back at me from my bathroom mirror was my sleepy, haggard self at 2 a.m.
That's funny.
I also always have a light on in the foyer of my apartment, which was what had illuminated me from the back. For the record, I am a small Asian woman with long dark hair that goes past my shoulders. Because of COVID and long work hours, I am indeed pretty pale. I was wearing a long t-shirt to sleep in, and in the dark, I definitely looked like the girl from The Ring.
That's kind of
Talk
scary.
about becoming that which I hate. At least now I have a very simple cosplay if I ever need it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the story. Thank you for all that you do, and please continue to be awesome. Hope your doggy is doing okay. You had mentioned she needed to be at the bed overnight on the podcast. Best, Faye, which is Captain Fake Guy. Thank you so much. The dogs are fine now.
They are indeed.
Which is nice to see them back to being energetic little monsters.
I think the moral of the email you have sent is you either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And you have done that, so congratulations for living that long. It's kind of hilarious that you could totally scare someone else if you wanted to with the exact same fear that you had.
So, I mean, I've told this story probably a million times on this podcast, but there was the point where I was still living with my younger sister, and I was sleeping with the bedroom door open into the hallway, and the hallway had a light in it so that light would come in. And there was one night where one of my I used to sleep with a stuffed animal as an adult. It was the bunny from Ouran High Host Club. It's one of the animes. Anyway, I had that. I was sleeping with that. It fell onto the floor, and I woke up to reach down and grab it. And I saw this dark figure in the freaking hallway, and it freaked me the fuck out.
And it was staring at you.
And it was staring at me. It was literally staring at me from the hallway. And then I just hear my sister go, well, I grabbed my stuffed animal for one.
She was freaked the fuck out, as I've heard it told from both perspectives. And she kept reaching for the rabbit until she finally grabbed it and then like shot under the blanket. And now you can say your last part.
So I grab my rabbit, pull it back up, hide under the blanket, and my sister from the hallway just goes, "It's me!" And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Why are you staring at me, you creep?
I know, but she's like in the hallway, in the darkness, in the middle of the night, with this blanket over her head like a freaking weirdo. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? But now when we tell the story, it's just so funny because she was just like, this bitch still picked up her rabbit, even though she was terrified.
She knows where her priorities lie.
But yeah, so I can totally relate to like seeing stupid stuff in the dark that you're terrified of for a split second.
My least favorite thing is something that I do where I put my hats, because I have two hats that I'll wear when my hair is really greasy and gross, and I'll either hang it on a door hook, which is outside here, or I leave it in the office so I can wear it during meetings if I have to have my camera on. Every now and then I'm stupid, and I will hang it on the corner of our door, of our bedroom door. And so in the night, invariably, I'll wake up and I'll see the hat. I'm like, fuck, there's someone there. And then I realize it's just my hat. Or hang it on one of the posts in the hallway. And I'll wake up and be like, someone's in the fucking hallway. And they're really short. They're like 2.5 feet tall. And I'm like, oh, it's the stupid hat. And the worst part is when I'm hanging it there, I think to myself, this is going to freak me out later tonight. Oh, fuck it. And I just hang it there anyways. Because I'm like, I'd have to walk like an extra 3 feet to put it in a different spot. So, yeah, I totally understand it too. So it was a really good story. Thank you so much for sending that in, Captain Fake Guy. All right. We have reached the end of the show, and you know what that means? My fucking work people are still asking me to do shit. Let me mark it. It's because we're on different time zones, by the way. It's not because they're very rude. I'm going to go ahead and read the YouTube chat, and then I'm going to start setting up marbles on stream. MI was just begging, basically, for anyone else in YouTube to talk to her over there. Boop. What the fuck, dude? This is my desk that I now have to clean like
just
every
wine.
week.
It's not sticky.
It'll be sticky by the time we're done.
You're sticky.
Thanks. MI says, I had a ghost for sure, but a human is 10 times more terrifying. Oh my God, that's one of my biggest fears, that creepy-ass house I lived in for years. The creepy-ass house I lived in parentheses, you know it, you've read about it. I was always afraid someone was living in one of my bedrooms or walls. What the fuck?
The idea that someone lives in some part of your house that you don't know.
It's fucking terrible. It's an invasion of privacy, and it's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
It's also, like, infuriating. I'd be so fucking pissed if I found a human living in my place, because I'd be like, where the fuck is the rent? Like, pay up! Like, there's bills to pay for here.
Everyone's talking about how we need to make hats. Every
time we get new stuff to make new merch, you guys ask for something we don't have.
I know.
We got a fucking mug press for you people, and now you want hats.
Yes, I have a mug press, so I'm going to start making some mug designs that we can actually make here in-house. I know I have mug designs up on our Teespring.
We got the mug press for Robin, by the way. I was just saying that to be mean.
Now I've lost my place. Oh, if you do want a mug, we do have them on Teespring. If you haven't been to our Teespring, you can head on over to Teespring. I think the link is down below. But on Teespring, there's t-shirts. There's freaking onesies for babies. You want to put your baby in some Scaryish stuff? We got it. You want mugs? We got it.
Wrap your demon spawn in our logo.
We have pillows. Throw pillows like the cute and scary one back here. Cute and scary on the front. Scaryish on the back. There's a lot of different ones. We got Mothman. We got Nessie. We have Wendigos. We have Krampus. We got a lot of stuff. It's all on our Teespring. You should check it out.
All right. Go ahead. I'm going to flip this over so that we can see this. Hopefully it works. Robin has her screen paused, so I won't even know.
Do you want me to click on the thing?
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's so far behind now. It doesn't matter. If you can see this right now, type in !vote, then a space, then the number that corresponds with the track you would like to race.
I'm going to scroll through the chat and see what we missed while I was reading.
I don't want to live forever.
Glitch says,
stop whistling.
Glitch said, #The Grudge got me fucked. For real, dude. And the story behind The Grudge, too, where, at least in the American version, the woman falls in love with this guy, and then her husband ends up murdering her and their kid, and then he kills himself. It's just so intense. If you folks didn't know, there is a Grudge series on Netflix that my aunt and I watched in one day.
And me.
And Adam watched in one day, and I want more. I want to know more.
I'm pretty sure they're going to do a second season.
Are they? Because
yeah.
I really do want to know more.
I feel like we looked it up after we watched it because it was so short.
Yeah, it was like 5 episodes or something. It was real short. I almost says, I had a cat meowing and scratching at my bedroom door late one night. He just wouldn't stop. I finally got out of bed, opened the door. He just looked at me like, hey, fuck you, and walked away. Our cat does that sometimes. She cries and cries and cries and shoves her hand under the office door to try and get in. And then when you open the door, she stands there and she meows at you.
She's like, hey, no closed doors.
Yeah, because then once you try and pet her, she will turn around and walk away. Yeah, it's like, what is your problem? MQI says, here I am to annoy everyone in this chat. I think this chat is great. I love it. Everybody here is awesome. Awesome. Captain Fake Guy says, I have lived long enough to become the villain. What is that line from The Dark Knight?
The line that I said.
Oh, did you?
She's quoting because I said it.
Oh.
When I said the moral of the story you sent it. Ow, that's where my injection site is.
Oh.
Didn't even realize it still hurt until you started rubbing. You're an asshole. You know that? All right, right now it looks like Few Will Survive 2 is the top voted for track. I think that's number 7. It is. It has 4 votes. Speedrun 2 has 2 votes. So I'll let it scroll by one more time, and then that's the track we will choose.
Hailstorm says, I love Oran High Host Club. I'm glad there's someone out there who knows that is, because it's a much older series, obviously. I know everyone right now is into Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia, and I think even those are getting phased out. I just don't even know what's popular anymore. My age is showing. I like watching like Psychopaths over and over and over again. That's probably one of the things that I watched the most.
Man, I got so many notifications.
Glitch says, sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight.
I thought that when she said it too, but I wasn't going to interrupt her.
I love those
God.
songs by my Metallica.
Hailstorm in the Discord notification I got said, my dog is joining us in the stream, and posted a picture of their dog.
Oh my God.
It's so cute. God, I want to hug it and pet it.
There's so many different breeds, like so many different types of Chihuahuas, I think, because some are really fluffy and some are not. And so I'm always curious as to how that happens, because they're all Chihuahuas, but they all look different. Yeah.
All right. It is going to be Few Rules Survive 2. Average time to complete this track is 1 minute and 37 seconds. Record time is 55. Locally, though, we do it in 1 minute and 37 seconds. And local time was by L. Gatesman, 1985. Fuck that guy at 1 minute and 19. That's my friend Lee. I've known him since we were 7. I don't think he's with us tonight because he's fucked hard. And we're going to go ahead and get started. That's a mean one.
Captain Fake Eye says, I don't know what I would have done if it was actually that ring chick. I don't know what I would have done either. Screamed and
run.
Yeah, but I don't think that ever helps anyone in the movie.
It does, because other people know that something's going on, and then they can get killed instead. You run. All right, exclamation point play to get your marble on stream.
Kayla Ray Reed says, I want all the mugs. My sister and I need to come up with some unique designs because I don't want to just do something generic from SVG files that are already on. Oh shit, I'm so sorry. Oh no. I don't want to use stuff that's already like on the Cricut or that are on Google or something, you know what I mean?
Or as Robin and her sister used to call it, the cry cut.
Yeah, but then you realize like the C in Cricut has a fucking Cricut.
All right, we got 19 marbles so far. It's almost the exact same amount of folks that we had last week. Let's see if we have any more folks. You have 10 seconds right now. Get in here.
I'm What's for Dinner says, my biggest phobias are gas giants. Don't ask because I don't know. Hashtag fuck Jupiter.
Wow. Jupiter is why we get struck with so few comets and asteroids.
Captain Fake Eye says, if the ring girl comes around, I'd be like, that'll be $900, please. You want to live here, you pay the rent. Chunkster says, I love mugs. I got the onesie. Woo woo. MQI says, trust me, I've been eyeing your shop. I love the Nessie I got. Thank goodness. I really try to put new stuff on there. I don't do it consistently. I wish I did. But there's
Robin
a bunch
works
of
very
new
hard.
stuff.
Don't let Robin convince you otherwise.
I'm What's for Dinner says, I demand Scaryish footy pajamas.
That would be awesome. Laura Ann 588 is currently in the lead. It will not let me zoom out very quickly, so we're going to have to do a million mouse wheel scrolls. But I think we're there. All right. Laura Ann is also ahead of the record-setting pace, so that's cool to see.
I'm Beef Trainer says, Scaryish lingerie. Ooh.
That would be
like
weird.
a bra that just has like ghosts on the nips.
With the mouth like, ooh. All right. Laura Ann launched and wound up on the bottom, along with 911 Girl, who's neck and neck now, along with Glitch Grim. Ginseng Joe's on the top track, along with me. It looks like everyone else is taking the bottom track. Oh, there's a group of people who did take the top track.
Chunkster says, Chucky.
And Kayla Ray took the hell track.
Chunkster says, Chucky got me fucked up when I was little. I threw away all of my dolls. I had a fear of Chucky when I was younger, too. Because I forget who watched that movie, but the idea that a doll could chase you and murder you with a knife scared the hell out of me.
Lemon Ghost almost took it, but Laura Ann is number 1, 911 Girls 2, Glitches 3, and a lot of people are going to hell right now, but that's okay. Robin comes in 4th, I'm Watching her 5th, MQI misses it, Chunkster goes to 6th. There's only a few people left, and here comes Captain Fake Eye with the jump, and Captain Fake Eye misses it as well, along with Nefcore. We only have one person left. And it's Natty Nat. I think that's how you say that. Natty Natty?
MQI is talking about Shudder, and that's about the woman that's on the guy's back. The original Thai version is actually on Netflix. Last time I checked, I've already watched it twice on there.
Only 6 people survived.
But it's really good if you like horror movies.
All right, type in exclamation point merch Laura Ann, and then go to Robin's Kawaii Corner, pick a sticker, then let us know which one it was and where we can send it. Laura Ann said, yay, with no exclamation points at all. So we don't really know if they're that excited or not, but we hope they are.
Glitch Grim says, I am some kind of odd person. Every time the killer in the movie kills someone, I am always like, ha, right in the eye. That's fucked up.
That's funny. All right, voting one more time.
Let's see. More chant.
Don't
Talk about tornadoes. Tornadoes.
Shout out to Natty Nat, or Natty Natty. God damn it. I don't know if I'm saying it right. For following us, though. We appreciate that.
Nice. Thank you. Ginseng Joe says, I really want to chase tornadoes. It's in my bucket list and something I've wanted to do since I was really little.
Same.
Chunkster says, my boyfriend introduced me to Psycho-Pass. It's awesome, especially the first season. I love Psycho-Pass. The idea behind a Psycho-Pass is so cool. Obviously, it doesn't work out because...
Don't spoil anything.
Okay.
You spoiling monster. She does it every
It's really
week.
good. You guys should watch it if you've never seen Psycho-Pass. The whole concept behind Psycho-Pass is everybody in the, country gets a Psycho-Pass. And what the Psycho-Pass does is if you have the potential to be a criminal, your Psycho-Pass gets clouded or changes color. And if you have a clear Psycho-Pass, that means you're a good person, you have no evil tendencies, you're good. But if you're traumatized by something like someone kidnapping you, or like in the first episode, someone gets kidnapped, she gets tortured, and her Psycho-Pass goes from clear to a darker color because she's traumatized. And so it's just a really cool show to watch. It's really action oriented, really intense. It's not like a fuzzy show to watch, but I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Natty Natty said, thank y'all. Y'all are awesome. And yes, you were saying it right. Yes. I also want to point out, Chunkster said, random question at me and you. Do you guys love or hate tomatoes? I am indifferent to tomatoes mostly. I actually really like diced tomatoes in pasta nowadays. Tomatoes on a burger, though, are a bit too much for me because it always, you bite into it and then it just drags out of the burger and that always pisses me off.
I will put, halved cherry tomatoes on my pizza.
That's
when we go to, Pyology and stuff.
I do like tomatoes when they're turned into a sauce and put underneath cheese on top of bread. That's awesome.
Tomato sauce in your pizza?
Yeah. So it's going to be Speedrun 2 again. Apparently you guys liked it so much you decided we're going to... No, wait. Few Will Survive 2 was the first one. We're doing Speedrun 2 this time. Average time, minute 58. Record time, minute 27 from Angry Beaver.
Glitch says there's that new anime on Netflix that's amazing. I don't remember the name, but there's people in masks that kill people and or make you kill yourself. Oh, I feel like I just watched that recently.
Local stats takes us a minute 55 and 52 knocks, holds the record with a minute 46. Let's get in there.
I am Beef Trader says, I know this will trigger Robin, but my phobia of tornadoes is why I must have a basement. I can totally understand that. Glitch says, I need an admin mug. I have the monies, Robin. Oh, yeah, I could totally make you an admin mug.
Exclamation point play to join the race. We had 19 marbles last time. Let's get at least 19 this time, maybe even 20.
That's a really good idea. I think that's what I'm going to do this weekend. No, not this weekend. Next weekend. That's what I'll do next weekend. This weekend, I'm too busy. Sorry. Kayla Ray Reed says, I'm vibing in the back, y'all. Catch me beating all y'all. That's funny.
Hey, my meat is killing me. All right, we're up to 18 marbles. We're only missing one person. We can get up to that 20 mark if we just try hard. I think I joined. Yeah, I already joined. I was like, wait, shit, is this on me? All right. It's another funnel to start. The funnel ones are just... Sometimes they take fucking forever, but you know what? We've done so many with the Plinko at the beginning. I'm kind of warming up to the funnel idea again. Someone out there participated in the first one, is not participating in the second one. Not sure who it is.
Hailstorm says, I'm going to make a throne out of bones.
I am Beef Trainer. Nice. There we go. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I actually enjoy tomatoes. I'm not one of those people that are like, I want to have just a tomato with salt on it or something.
I was that kid. I would fucking cut a tomato up and have 3 or 4 slices of tomato and just toss some salt on it, and I would just eat
I will eat it with an omelet. I'll put tomatoes in my omelet. I will put tomatoes in food, but I will not eat a tomato raw by itself.
I eat tomatoes like fucking apples. No, not really. Yeah, I was the kid that used to love to eat slices of tomatoes, and I think I just burnt myself out on it. That and Chef Boyardee ravioli was my shit. And again, I had way too much of that, and eventually just started to not like it and haven't had it in a long time.
I'm Beatrice says, I may have to change my name to Beef's Wife with how frequently we get confused. I never confuse you guys, but I can see other people getting you guys confused. I'm What's Renner says, I only like tomatoes after they've been changed into something edible.
911 Girl is in the lead and ahead of the record-setting pace set by 52 knocks the last time we raced this. I'm What's for Dinner is in second place with Vampire Kami Hailstorm, and Ginseng Joe right behind.
Aw, Kayla Ray Reed says, Tiny Dancer's out of town, so I made Natty join me today. Aw, cute.
Nice.
Ginseng says, we must do Shattered Dreams again. I miss breaking my dreams.
That's funny.
Ginseng says, try eating garden tomatoes that aren't brought from the produce section. Your life will be changed. I think last year we grew tomatoes.
I was going to say, we've grown tomatoes before. They're not always successful, but we do get some.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 years ago now.
Is it 2? Oh, yeah, we didn't do anything during quarantine, really. We should have. That would have been something to keep our mind off the world. But yeah, no, tomatoes aren't my big favorite thing. Glitch says ravioli, what's in the pocket only. I love ravioli. Doesn't necessarily matter what type, as long as there's cheese and some type of meat in there. I usually enjoy it.
Let's see who falls first. It's probably going to be 911 Girl. They have a significant lead, and it is. Congratulations. Second will be I'm What's for Dinner with Vampire Kami. Coming in third, Ginseng Joe is fourth. Natty is fifth. Hailstorm 6th. Captain Fake Eye 7th. I Am Trainer 8. Chunkster 9. And Bob actually comes in 10th. Congratulations. I thought it was going to be someone else, but you guys dropped at the same time. And I believe you broke the record-setting pace, 911 Girl, so shout out to you.
I'm What's for Dinner says, hey, Robin, do you take commissions? I want to see your take on a Scaryish cow. I do. I'm actually working on a commission for Darling Deer that I need to finish. I have the line art for it. I just need to color it and do the shadowing and lighting and stuff for it. And then I still have to make an icon for Glitch too, because he asked for one a while back. But
911 Girl says,
eventually.
when I play to win. LOL, pass please. So congratulations. I'm What's for Dinner. It will pass on to you. Also, I do have to read this part. MQI says, ugh, I hate this. I'm the worst sore loser. It's hilarious because I usually am too. If I get launched off, I'm like, fuck this game. But hey, we'll be back next week with more racing.
Says, I like tomato with olive oil. It's amazing. Ooh.
All right, I'm What's for Dinner. Don't forget to type in ! merch and select a sticker. They said I passed a Vampire Kami. All right, Vampire Kami, congratulations. You are now going to be collecting the prize! Merch. Click the link, go to Robin's Quiet Corner, find yourself a Scaryish sticker, email us, and let us know which one you've chosen and where we can send it to.
Vampire Kame, is that like vampire god? Like
That's what I was
Kame
thinking
and
too.
Yeah.
All right. Switching us back over to the other screen. Cool
beans. Cool beans.
Cajole.
Lemon Ghost. That's cute.
Going to move this out of the way.
911 Girl says, have a good week, everyone. Thank you.
You too, 911.
MQI says, I threw my imaginary controller.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and
What's under here? Oh,
outro us.
whatever that is.
That's
What
my
is it?
foot.
Tech hole. Tech hole?
What?
I don't know what that
Will you not mess with stuff, please?
Oh.
All right. Here we go. Everyone ready? Here we go. Fuck. Go. So I want to thank everyone who sent in their stories for this episode of Storytime. We sincerely appreciate it. If you folks have a story, or you have a friend or family member who has a story that you either want to encourage to send to us or want to steal and send to us, we would appreciate that. We love getting stories from you wonderful folks. Please email storytime@scaryish.com. You can also go to our website, scaryish.com, and click on Contact Us. Fill out that form. It comes directly to us. You can hit us up on any of our social medias. Facebook is facebook.com/Scaryish Podcast. Twitter is @ScarishPod, and Instagram is @ScarishPodcast. Robin, for folks who would like to donate to us, how can they do so?
You can go to patreon.com/Scaryish Podcast. Those are monthly donations. Tiers start at $1 and go up from there. At $1, you get ad-free episodes, which is awesome. I love ad-free. Ad-free is great. And if you're not into the whole monthly subscription type thing, you can actually go to ko-fi.com/Scaryish Podcast. And those are one-time donations. All your donations go to helping us upgrade our studio setup and kind of keep us going and making content and doing more stuff.
Indeed. So thank you one more time to everyone who listened, sent their stories, participates in the community, all that stuff. It sincerely means the world to us. Yeah. So I think the last thing to do here for episode 160 of Storytime is to do the sign out. So Robin, sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
That sounds creepy. See you soon.
I didn't press the button.
Oh my God.
Because you said it wrong. That's fine. Bye.